We showed up to the customer's house today to perform what's called an inside-out burst. This is a method of replacement of sewer line without having the traditional trenching that most people think of. It starts with an excavation area inside as well as an excavation area outside. They called us out because they were having an issue with sewage backing up in their basement. The process that we used today just used one excavation site outside versus your typical trench that you would see that's 60 feet long, which in turn causes great destruction to a customer's yard. So we have technology that we don't have to do that anymore. You don't have as much disruption in their day-to-day lives. They don't have to worry about a lot of mess and upkeep. We can get it in and out a lot quicker, which then monetarily helps them out as well. So inside there was an old shower and the original drain that was there. We needed an access point in there. So we actually removed the concrete. They dug down, made the proper connections that they needed to. We are actually able to then run a 3/4 inch elevator cable through that existing line, hook it to our machines. We have one on the outside hole that's called a burst machine. It has 30 tons of pulling force. So we're able to hook the new pipe to it and pull it all the way out to that existing hole that we've just dug to replace almost 80 feet of line with one hole outside and one small excavation area on the inside. They have a 10-foot long front stoop, and in the old days we would not been able to replace that because of the access points. We were able to actually pull underneath that. Once we had pulled that pipe, our inside crews made the final connections, finished the concrete that day to make sure that the customer was back in service, and within 48 hours they'll be able to start setting heavy stuff back on that same area that we just excavated. The hole was backfilled, sod was placed back in the excavation site outside, a little bit of seed and straw. If we start with a very good blueprint, if it's a nice manicured lawn, sometimes we're able to actually peel that grass and set it back. If we're not able to save the grass that's there, we do seed and straw during certain times of the year, and stuff we do in the wintertime, we will come back in the spring and do seed and straw just to make sure that the customer is taken care of. Ultimately, by the time we're done, we want it to look like we were never even there. The old school trench version took at minimum 2 days for a trench that long, and it's complete destruction of a customer's front yard. We were able to replace that in just about 6 to 8 hours on a usual time frame. Keeps the customer in service throughout the night, so they're not having to get hotels, and it's less disruption for them so they can get back to their day-to-day lives.